Hello, Top Fan Rivalry followers, and welcome to another edition of Weekly Review. That's Jackson. I'm Bill. We're ready to go. Jackson, how's it going?
It's going pretty good. We're almost to Memorial Day.
Hmm.
And that's when summer just kind of starts, in my opinion. Memorial
Well,
Day weekend.
you're on the East Coast, so it kind of starts about that time. Yes,
Yeah.
yes,
I
yes,
mean,
yes.
let me tell you, the weather's already starting to trend in that direction. It was 85, I mean, very humid today, so
There you go. There you go. There
turns
you
your car
go.
into an oven.
There you go. There you go. So, Jackson, I can't wait to see what your topics are today because there's so much going on in baseball. I made a very bold prediction and I could be right. So, Jackson, who do you got for number one?
I think we talk about them every week. It was our favorite team of the offseason. The Kansas City Royals
Mm-hmm.
are off to
Mm.
their best start in franchise history, Bill, through 50 games. Through 50 games, they were 31 and 19. Uh, They are currently a game and a half back of Cleveland in the division. Winners of six in a row.
Mm-hmm.
And they just look really good. Salvador Perez looks like an MVP candidate, along with Bobby Witt Jr. And the pitching's just phenomenal. They don't give up a lot of runs, and they steal bags and they drive guys in. They don't hit a ton of home runs, but they just drive guys in. They get the job done. And I think the Royals might be a sneaky team come playoff time because good pitching plus timely hitting and good, put the ball in play and move runners around. It's what wins you games in October.
Offense sells tickets, defense wins games. I got a Royals jersey right there behind me. I got the Royals jersey right there. Yeah, I mean, you got them all, right? Um, no, what people don't realize about the Royals is not only are they a game and a half back in the division, but they are officially +5 in the wild card. If the season were to end today, they would be the number 4 seed going into it.
Yeah,
And
which is, I, I mean, after I think they're the team the fastest of 50 wins after an 100 loss season, tied with the 1988 Cleveland Indians, I believe. I didn't have
yes,
that one in my notes, but I'm going to pull it out of up here. So fact check me on that one. I'm like 99.9% sure I'm right on that. So good
hold on,
team.
hold on. Yep, yep. Oh, I'm not gonna tell them that. All right, the Top Fan Rivalry Sports Desk says whether you're right or you're wrong, don't be cocky.
All right.
I'm just messing with you.
I will lower to 50%. Either I'm right or I'm not. There you go.
Either you're
Heard
right
it
or
here
not.
first.
I love it. I love the fact that you call out the Kansas City Royals. You and I talked about this early on in the season. Early on in the season, before the season started, we said, "Watch out! These guys are going to be sneaky good," and we were right. We were right. So, are you ready for my number one?
I am.
Okay, so I think it was last week we talked about this. I made a very bold prediction where I said that Aaron Arson Judge is going to hit 32 or better home runs by the All-Star break. Nobody believed me. He was at 13. Well, a week later, I'm sorry, he was at 12. A week later, he's at 15. Hit one today, hit one yesterday. He's got 15 for the season. For him, and that's in 52 games. For him, in another 40 games, we'll just say that at the All-Star break, give or take. Does he have a shot to hit another 18 home runs? Yes. Yes, 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 yes. Aaron Judge is going to have 32 home runs before the season's up. He has raised his batting average to 276. He's got, remember, last month we were talking about, early this month, beginning this month, we were talking about a batting average under 200. He's now at 276. He's got 35 RBIs. He's got 51 hits, 17 RBI, 17 doubles, by the way. So
Yeah.
let's not
These
sleep on Aaron Judge. He is pretty phenomenal that way. Very, very phenomenal that way. And a lot of this has to do with the fact that Stanton is hitting a little bit, and let's not forget the guy right behind him, Juan Soto, right? So Juan Soto's making a difference. So you can't pitch around Judge to get to somebody else. I like it.
Yeah, I mean, he also leads the league in walks. He might lead the MLB in walks. I can't remember, but
Tell you right now,
I think what's more important, which is really big,
he leads the MLB in walks.
leads the MLB in walks. That's what I thought. But he's played in 51 of the Yankees' 52 games, which is important. Last year he got hurt in LA, and it was, is he going to play? Is he not going to play? And those 3-4 weeks really cost the Yankees in the long run with him out of the lineup. It just kind of torpedoed their season. The whole toe injury
He
slamming into
still
the
owes
wall.
us money for the gate. Aaron, we'll take cash or cash, brother.
I think he
Post it
has.
up.
I think he's got some cash to burn with the contract he's got.
Yes, exactly.
So,
Post it up, Aaron. Cash or cash, brother. Cash or cash.
yeah, so I think you said it best. As long as Soto's hitting and Judge is in the lineup, he's going to mash. He probably will hit close to 50 home runs,
Mhm, mhm.
if not
Yeah, I
50.
I'm putting his over under at 50, and I'm saying he's going to go over. I don't think he'll hit 60, but I do think he'll hit 50. What's interesting about him, injuries have taken their toll. He doesn't have 1,000 hits yet, believe it or not, in his entire career. And he's got 272 um, dingers. But when you look at his career stats, the best hit total he's had is 2022 with 177. But he does have 272 home runs. And so he's got that long contract. Let's assume he plays another 10 years, natural progression. We'll call another 10 years. He averages 35. Some years he's going to hit a lot more than that, some years less than that, but 35. That puts him in the category of having over 600 homers.
Yeah, I mean, last year, even with that big injury and only playing 100 games, he had a 10-19 OPS.
Hmm.
He's really good.
Hmm. Yeah,
So
that's Jackson's understatement, everybody. Jackson likes to say, oh, he's really good, or, he's slightly good. That's his understatement. I love it. Jackson, what do you got
it's
for
pretty
number
good.
two?
Number two, you know what? We talked about Aaron Judge leading the MLB in walks. I want to talk about a guy who is leading the major league in on base percentage because he's an interesting play for me. Lamont Wade Jr. Bill, do you know what his on base percentage is right now?
Mm-mm.
It is 484, which is the highest it has been through 50 games for any player since Barry Bonds led the league with his, you know, what is it, 609 on base percentage.
Yep. Yep.
So he's been really good for the Giants. I think he's certainly an interesting player. He's only got 2 home runs, 16 RBIs. His on base is 484. He's walked 33 times, struck out 33 times, and he only has 39 hits. So he's one of those guys, you want to talk about money ball guy right here. He gets on
Hmm.
base. And I just wanted to highlight that, there's other ways to be productive in today's game, especially with how dominant pitching is. I think on base percentage is underrated, and so is the bat to ball skills. He's got a 336 batting average, which certainly helps because of all the walks he draws.
Hmm.
So I think in a day and age where we have to combat high spin rate and high velocity, guys like this who can work the count and find good pitches to hit are invaluable.
I would agree with that. I would agree with that. I would agree with that. I like the on base percentage because you're doing a lot of things right to get on base. You're doing a lot of things right on the on base side. So I like that. I like that a lot. Um, sorry, I like that a lot. I think that I unfortunately he's playing for a team that's struggling right now. The Giants are still struggling. Um, you know, Blake Snell has yet to get his first win. Uh, as of recording today on the 23rd of May, he still hasn't gotten his first win. His ERA is 11.40. Not exactly what they were expecting to get for $32 million. Um, I talked to a Giants fan, and they said, yeah, we're going to end up with Blake Snell next year. He's going to take his, there's no way he's going to opt out of that contract. He's going to take his marbles and get the $30 million next season and hope that he has a bounce back season. I personally, whatever, but Lamont Wade Jr., I like it. I'm going to stick with individuals. So this specific individual, uh, okay, now I'm just going to do simple math. Now he's played in 51 games so far this season, so I'm just going to times that out by 3. Okay, even though that only gets you to 153 games and there's still 9 more left, but I'm just gonna times it out by 3. This individual has 61 hits. His career high is 177. Okay, so if you times that out by um by 3, he has a career best year there. His career best doubles is 31. He currently has 15. His career best home runs is 30. He currently has 7. His career best RBIs is 96. He currently has 33, so he's going to barely go over that. His career best walks is 40, and he's got 18 already. And this is going to give it away. His career best triples is 11. He's got 6 currently. His career best stolen bases is 49. He's got 16. Who am I talking about?
It's Bobby Witt Jr. It's our we talk about the Royals and Bobby Witt Jr. every week. And
Yeah.
it's because they're good and they're noteworthy.
Well, 100%. And so this guy Jackson, I'm looking at his statistics here. First year, 150 hits. Second year, 177. He currently has 61, so he's going to break 180. Best year, rookie year, 31 doubles. Next year, 28 doubles. He's got 15 already, so he's on pace for 45. Triples, 6, then 11, now 6 again. So he's on pace for 18 triples. Best year home runs, 20 or 30, which was his year 2. He's got 20. I'm sorry, he's got 20, then 30, then 7. So he's on pace to go in between those. RBIs, 80, then 96, now 33. Again, on pace for that. Here's the key one, though, Jackson. You ready for this? Here's the key one. Here's the 2 key ones, actually. Walks, 30, 40, 18. Okay, so now if we times that out by 3, 18, right? So now we're talking about potentially 54 walks. And here's an even better one. Strikeouts, 135, 121, 36. So he's going to drop his strikeout ratio by almost 20% if these numbers hold up. That's why Kansas City is so good. And I talk to people in Kansas City, they tell me all the time, hey, if Bobby Wood Jr. were playing for somebody else, like the Yankees or the Cardinals or the Dodgers or the Mets or the Cubs, like a big market team, he'd be a household name. This guy is good, Jackson. He's good. He's
Yep.
really, really good. So,
Yeah,
man, I don't mean to harp on it, but he's really good.
and with where the Royals are, it automatically makes him an AL MVP candidate because he plays shortstop, because he's so good. And we're probably not going to shut up about him unless he
He's 23.
even though
He's
even then we might still
23.
talk. Yeah, he's 23. He's not going anywhere. He's only getting better. And I'm really big on guys who up the walks and cut down on the strikeouts. It's an elite skill that I think the 3 true outcome baseball's kind of eliminated, where guys just kind of hack away and you just try to launch anything that's in the strike zone. I think it's really underrated looking for a pitch you can hit. It's one thing to make contact on a pitch in the strike zone, but it's another thing to not miss on the ball you can drive. And Bobby
Exactly.
what does that? You can see by the number of extra base hits he gets. He gets pitches he can groove into the gaps and over the fence.
Well,
That's what
and
makes him so good.
if you're dropping your strikeouts down by 20%, and if you're increasing your walks by about 20%, that means you're also not expanding the zone. That means you're looking at pitches and you're not expanding the zone. And so I love that. I absolutely love that. That's good stuff. All right, Jackson, what do you got for number 3?
I'll mention it because people might be angry if we don't mention it. The Phillies are off to the best 50 game start since the 2001 Seattle Mariners.
Yep.
They won again today. They are 37-14. They just swept the Rangers. They're good. I know everybody's gonna say, "Oh, they haven't played that many teams over 500." You have to be good to win 37 out of 51 games.
Hmm.
And I mean, there's not much to say. Their pitching's really dominant, and
Hmm.
their lineup gets hits when they need to. And you know,
Hmm.
they're a good
Yeah.
team. We all knew that. They played in the World Series 2 years ago. They played in the LCS last year. It's a good team, and they're playing their best baseball right now. So
Yeah, I was a little surprised. I'm not gonna lie to you. I was a little surprised at how good of a start they jumped out to. Um, I think you and I both, and I talked to a bunch of Philly fans, and you live down in that
yeah,
area, so I'm sure you've heard it. I was a little surprised how much they didn't do in the offseason. It kind of felt like, okay, we got to the World Series 2 years ago. We got to the NLCS. Let's not make any changes. We'll just keep it as is. And for the first week and a half or 2 weeks of the season, that didn't look like a very smart move.
yeah,
But I pick my tongue up, I throw it over my shoulder, I digress, I keep going.
yeah. They're like 17-3 this month or something like that,
Yep.
or 18-3. So I think what's going to be important for them is you're realizing you're not going to be able to win at a 725 clip all year, and really just kind of riding it out like a good team does. Just show up, do your thing. Can't win every game, and don't. And as a Braves fan, let me tell you, because Braves fans are the worst when the team loses. It's drives social media drives me crazy. It
Yeah.
it's not the end of the world if you lose a baseball game,
No, no, and
and
trust me,
especially this
in
time of year.
Dodgerville, like we had people complaining the other day on a live that Juan Soto's so good and how come the Dodgers didn't get him? Oh, hmm, wait a second. So you mean to tell me you want the outfield, you currently want the outfield to be Andy Paez, Aaron Judge, Juan Soto, and then Freddie Freeman, Mookie Betts at second.
Yeah,
Can't remember who they wanted. Um, Somebody was saying something at shortstop, and
probably they
then
shouldn't have let Corey Seager go or Trey Turner go or
yeah,
something.
something like that. I'm like, guys, it wouldn't be fun if you win 158 out of 162 games and you just swept in all the way through. It'd be more hate than fun, right?
Well, and it's not feasible. At a certain point, your good talent's probably going to cap your win column. Baseball has so much variance. Anyone could be anyone on any day. The Rockies swept the Padres, and the Padres went to Atlanta and took 3 or 4 from the Braves. And
Right.
that's not a reflection of they do this all the time. And like football, which is why I don't really watch a ton of football. But like, oh, this team beat X team, so this team can be X. No, that's not how that works. Baseball is you have to show up and you have to execute correctly in every phase of the game to win.
It is really, really hard to sweep a series. It is even more difficult to sweep a 4 game series. It is more difficult to go on a winning streak like the Twins did. And look at where the Twins are now, by the way. I mean,
Yeah,
what goes up must come down.
yeah,
And so not awesome. But
yeah. So uh, it's just for the Phillies fans, enjoy it now. I
mm,
mean, whether you win the division or not, you should be proud of the start you're off to because they usually start slow. So this
yeah,
certainly increases your postseason odds, and you just got to get it. Is what we say.
yep, 100%. Okay, my number, I've got some honorable mentions, but my number three might surprise you. I mean, I went Aaron Judge, I went Bobby Witt Jr. I'm gonna go with another young phenom. Tell me who I'm talking about. Hits last season 143. He's currently got 49. Doubles last season 29. He's currently got 4. So that's down. Triples 9 last season, 4 this season. Have I given it away yet? Want me to keep
No,
going?
hit
Okay.
me.
RBIs last season 82, currently got 35. Um, Walks last season 56, currently got 20. I'm going to give it away here in a second. Stolen bases last season 10, currently has 7. And here we go. Home runs last season, 28, currently has 16. Who am I talking about?
Is this Gunnar Henderson?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Um, Kid's 22 years old. He's having a really good season. Again, you multiply those things out by three. You're now putting him darn near close, 48 home runs, darn near close 50 home runs. You're looking at over 100 RBIs. His strikeouts are about where he was at last season. His walks are up. Stolen bases obviously are up. Um, he'll more than double. I mean, he had 10 last season. He's got seven already. Um, Triples, hits are a little down. Hits are a little down, but that's uh, I
It,
I like this
with the
kid.
with the walks up though, you can't really worry too much about that. It just means he's
No,
not getting as much to hit in certain situations,
correct,
more likely.
correct, correct. So I like this kid. I think he's part of the reason why. I think he's very much part of the reason why the Orioles are having, because the Yankees are having a great season too, and the Yankees could leave everybody in the dust, but I think he's part of the reason why the Orioles are where they are. So
Yeah, I think yeah. Again, I think Baltimore. It's the same advice. Uh, enjoy the ride and relax. It's not the end of the world that you're behind the Yankees.
mm,
There's three wild card teams, and they're up 4 games on the third spot, which which is a sizable lead. And they've kind of had a revolving door in the bullpen and the rotation, and they're still what 11 games above 500.
yep, yep, yep.
So there's no
Yep.
need to panic. They played well all year. They played well against good teams, and so there's 100 odd games left to play.
Everybody stop kung fu fighting.
Everybody stop kung fu fighting, and the Baltimore's a team to watch, especially come late summer when it gets hot and muggy in Baltimore. Balls will be flying out of that yard.
Yep,
There's a reason why they moved the left field wall back.
yep, 100%. 100%. 100%. What do you got for honorable mentions this week?
Uh, my honorable mention is congratulations, Mariners, for holding your largest division lead since 2003, I believe. Um, the AL West is something. It's a division. It is certainly 5 teams.
Mhm.
The Mariners don't always do it pretty, but they've been getting the job done, and they hold a 3 game lead over the Rangers, who are really banged up. Uh, the Angels took 2 out of 3 from the Astros in Houston, so it's just Seattle needs to capitalize now. I don't like injuries, especially to rival teams, but if you're Seattle, you need to capitalize on the lack of pitching depth on the Rangers and really kind of just step on the gas and go. They can't be doing this thing, where they win 6 out of 10 and then lose 6 out of 10. They maintain that 3 games above 500. They gotta go, because not only do you have to keep the Rangers away, the Astros have kind of woken up, as we talked about last week. They cut the division lead to 4.5 games. So
Bingo.
my honorable mention, Seattle. They got it's progress. Your biggest division lead in a really long time. Take it and run with it.
Enjoy it. Enjoy it. Yeah.
Kick them while they're down.
I um I have two honorable mentions. One will be the standings. I'll mention that in a second. But how about Shohei Ohtani? 69 hits already, 17 doubles, 13 home runs, 34 RBIs, 24 walks, 13 stolen bases. He's doing it on the offensive side. That's for doggone sure. Um, and then the other honorable mention is you're mentioning standings. Can somebody, if you find anybody besides Ellie De La Cruz who plays for the Reds, could you please return them to Great American Ballpark? Like, what has happened with this team? 3-7 in the last 10, lost two in a row, plus minus differential of -11. They're 20 and 30. What? Like, when you look at this team, I thought they would be much better than this, but I don't know what's going on with them. Jackson, if you find any of the players, send them back to Great American Ballpark. They're going to be needed this week, especially playing the 2024 world champion Los Angeles Dodgers this week. So they're going to need a little bit extra love, that's for sure.
Well, I can explain it to you. I know where all their players are. They're all injured. Emiliano Pagan, Nick Lodolo, Christian Encarnacion Strand, TJ Friedel, Justin Wilson, Alex Young, Matt McLean, Ian Gibbot, TJ Antone. All those guys are guys that are on their 26-man roster normally,
Mhm.
gone, injured, and three of those guys are pretty much out for most of the season.
Mhm.
You're seeing their status is later in 2024 or possibly second half, which is never good verbatim to read on an injury report. They don't have a good timeline. If they don't give you a month, it's no bueno. So the Reds have just been torn apart by injuries. And what's crazy is they had all this middle infield depth, and it it disappeared in like 3 weeks.
Weird. By the way, Shohei Ohtani, 13 stolen bases. Do you know how many times he's been caught stealing, Shohei?
Probably only once or twice. Zero.
Zero.
I
He's
was gonna say
13 for 13.
-1. He's drawn a balk or something like that.
Yeah, there you go. Ellie De La Cruz, though, is having a season as far as like stolen bases. He's only hit 254, but he's got 31 stolen bases. This guy,
So
literally, Jackson, if I, all joking aside here on this, but if I were a manager playing this guy and we walk him or get a base hit, I'd be like, just put him on third. Don't, if you walk, don't even go to first, just go down to third base because you're going to steal second and third from us. You're going to make us look bad. We don't want you to make us look bad. Just go to third. Just hang
I
out at
mean,
third base.
and you've mentioned they're so beat up. It's a wonder to me why teams are pitching around him.
Well,
It's like manufacturing a run.
yeah, yeah,
Ending up on third base or getting out 7 out of 10 times, which is pretty good odds. If you ask me.
yeah. No, I would be literally, I would say, hey, Blue, timeout. Hey, just put him on third. Just put him on third. Just go ahead. Just put him on third. He's gonna make us look like a fool. Just just start him on third. It's cool. It's cool. We don't have to worry about it. Just put him on third. So, anyways, all right. Well, Jackson, I think we've done gone and did the best that we could, right? And so I'm excited to see what happens next week. And you tell me, is there anything else that we need to talk about to wrap up today?
Uh, just lots of good baseball this weekend. Um,
Oh, yeah.
it's a holiday weekend. The Yankees are heading down to San Diego. Boston, Milwaukee will be a good series. Tampa Bay, Kansas City,
Hmm.
off the top of my head.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's
100%.
lots of good baseball. If you have Monday off, enjoy it. If you do not, I am so sorry.
If you
Watch
do not.
baseball anyway. Watch baseball on the clock anyways, because that is the American way. Enjoy your Memorial Day.
If not, sorry about your luck. Get a better job.
I understand some places need to be open, and some people have stuff, but I'm a strong believer that there shouldn't be a lot open on a holiday like that.
Preach,
We should
preach,
all be watching baseball is what we should all be doing.
preach, preach. So, all right, Jackson, let's do it again next week. Yeah.
All right. Sounds good.
All right.